Okay, so we are now going to continue our example, no? Problem B of example 3. This is the standard equation. So, since nauna yung ating y, so y part yung nauna compared sa ating x, this would simply mean that this hyperbola is vertical. Since this is vertical, our principal axis is also vertical. So, ibig sabihin ito patayo. First of all, we are going to find for our A, B, and C. To find for our A, given tayo ng A squared. Siyempre, yung nauuna, siya palagi yung ating A squared. Tapos yung susunod is siya yung ating B squared. Basta hyperbola ha. Basta iba naman yung pag-usapan kapag, iba naman yung usapan kapag ellipse. So, meron tayong A squared which is equal to 4. So, our A would be 2. Meron tayong B squared equals 9. So, ang ating B would be 3. C, we don't have C, but we can make use of the values of our A and B to solve for C. Just make use of the equation C equals the square root of A squared plus B squared. C equals, what is your A squared? That is 4. What is your B squared? That is 9. So 4 plus 9, that is 13, approximately equal to 3.61. Okay, so then we are going to proceed now with the properties. No, we are going to find the properties, the vertices, the foci, the equation of the asymptote, the center, and then the graph of the hyperbola. So first, we are going to find for the center. So center, given hk, that would be negative 2 and 3. Coordinates negative 2, 3. Bakit naging negative 2 and 3? Okay, so balik ka doon sa yung standard equation. Ang partner ng x, syempre siya yung h, so that is positive 2. This will now become a negative 2 kapag ilalagay mo na siya sa as coordinates, no? Get the opposite sign. So, from positive, that becomes negative. And then, our y, this will be now our k. So, from negative 3, that becomes positive 3. Okay? So, meron na tayong center. After the center, find the vertices. Okay? Again, we are going to make use of the formula for the vertical hyperbola. So, for the vertical, patayo, ibig sabihin nasa y-axis yung ating i-deal, nasa y-axis. So, that will simply mean we are just going to subtract and add on the y part or the y coordinate, no? That would be h, k minus a, and then h, k plus a. Our a is 2, so we're just going to simply subtract h, which is negative 2, 3 minus 2. And then for our v2, we now have negative 2, 3 plus 2. So this will now be our vertex becomes negative 2, positive 1, vertex 2, negative 2, and 5. Okay, so vertices, we're done. And then we now proceed to our foci 1, focus 1, focus 2. For our focus, again, we are going to just subtract and add C sa ating K kasi vertical nga siya, vertical. So we now have here H, K minus C, and then H, K plus C. So focus 1, we have negative 2, okay, negative 2, 3 minus, what is our C? 3.61, no? And then, our focus to negative 2, 3 plus 3.61. Okay? Focus 1 will now be negative 2, negative 0.61, and then our focus 2 would be negative 2, 6.61. Okay? So, yan na ang ating mga features. Last one would be the equation of our asymptote. Equation of the asymptote. So, syempre, vertical nga ito, mauna yung a over b tayo. Mahimo ni siyang y minus k equals plus minus a over b, and then x minus h. So, substitute. Y, what would be our k? That is 3. So, y minus 3 equals plus minus, what is your A? 2. What is your B? 3. X minus, what is your H? Negative 2. So, ganyan siya. Na have y minus 3 equals plus minus 2/3 x plus 2. So, no, distribute ni, magiging dalawa ito. Magiging dalawa. Y minus 3 equals isang positive, isang negative. Tapos, distribute na lang tayo diretso. 2x plus 2. Ay, sorry. Okay, distribute nyo na lang diretso. Sunod, ang pangalawang equation would be, dahil positive ito, the other one would be a negative 2/3. 2/3 x plus negative 4/3. Okay? So, positive 2/3 and negative 2/3. Negative 4/3. Then, after yan, simplify. Okay? Kaya, paano natin i-simplify? Ayun pa, lipat mo yung 3, lipat mo yung 3 sa kabila, lipat mo yung 3 sa kabila, no? So, magpa-plus ka ng 3 dito, dito magpa-plus ka din ng 3. So, diretso ko na ha. Y equals 2/3 x plus 13/3. Tapos, dito naman sa kabila, we now have 2/3 x, negative 2/3 x minus, plus 5/3. So, review nyo na lang yung sa fractional lesson kung bakit naging ganyan. Or you can just simply make use of your calculator. Why does this becomes 5/3? Why does this becomes 13/3? Okay? So, we're done with the features. Okay? We have now the center, the vertices, the focus, foci, and the equations of the asymptote. We now proceed to graphing. Okay? So, we are now going to graph our hyperbola. So, for us to graph the hyperbola, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, always plot first the center followed by the vertex, and then don't forget the ordinates. So, sa taas dito. Okay, so ganyan na. Okay. So, first, you are going to draw your coordinate system, and then you are going to locate your center, negative 2, then 3. 1, 2, so this is negative 2, then 3. 1, 2, 3. So, this will now be the location of your center. Then after that, the vertices. Vertices are negative 2, 1, negative 2, 5. So, negative 2, and then 1. So, this is 1. So, this is your first vertex. And then, negative 2 and 5. So, 4, and then 5. So, nandito yung inyong vertex 2. After nyan, okay, after this, you are going to look for your, what do you call this one? You're going to locate the conjugate, which is the value of your B. Since ito ating vertex is located up and down, no? Ang ating B, okay, ang ating B, para sa ating rectangle, kailangan nasa left or right. Okay, so patayo man ito. So, ang B mo, left or right? Left or right. So, 3 units to the left, 3 units to the right. So, count tayo. 1, 2, 3. So, ano na ito? Negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. So, nandito siya. Okay? So, saan ito banda? Okay? So, dito lang siya banda o sa linya ng iyong center, no? Sa linya ng iyong center. Sunod naman, yung sa left side, sa right side. Count ka galing dito sa iyong axis, no? 1, 2, 3. So, nandito. So, dito banda yung iyong point. So, nandito siya. So, from here, Okay, so ito na yung markings mo para sa iyong rectangle. O, draw ka ng rectangle ngayon. Ang limit ng rectangle mo is ganito. Papuntang vertex lang ha. Papuntang vertex lang. So, ganyan lang siya. Papuntang vertex lang yung ating rectangle. Okay. O, ayan na yung ating rectangle. Okay, kita pa ba yung ating vertex? After nga, draw the diagonal. After drawing the diagonal, extend this one. Extend outside. So, assume na natamaan yung ating center, ha? Then, the same goes to the other side. Okay, ayan na. Sunod, locate the focus or the foci. So, our foci are -2, -2, tapos -0.61. So, -2 at saka -0.61. So, -2 yung ating x, then -0.61 naman yung ating y. So, ito yung -1. So, asa banda ang -0.61? Or likely nandito siya. Okay? So, locate nyo mo -2. Okay, so this is our focus 1. Next is -2, 6.61. No? -2, 6.61. So, how are you going to do that one? Simple. -2 yung x, 6.61. Hanapin yung 6.61 dito. Ito man yung 6. So, ito yung 7. So, yung 6.61 more likely nandyan. 6.61. No? So, -2, 6.61. So, nandito yung ating focus 2. After yan, okay, madali na lang yan siya agad. You are just going to draw a smooth curve like this. Okay. Going to your asymptotes. Okay, on the other side also. Going to draw a smooth curve for the branches of your hyperbola. So, this is now the graph of your hyperbola having the equation y minus 3 squared over 4 minus x plus 2 squared over 9 equals 1.